Thank you for being here. It is my great honor to welcome you here to the campus of CommonWealth Kitchen. My name is, on behalf of the entire board of directors, I should say, my name is Lori Smith-Britton, and I'm the chair of the board of CommonWealth Kitchen. So I just want to thank you all for being here and give you all a round of applause for all the support you provided to this organization over many years, some of you. So thank you so much. I'm especially honored to welcome our mayor, the Honorable Kim Janey, as well as our Secretary of Housing and Economic Development, Mike Keneally, Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Thank you for being here and for all you've done to make this day possible. As you know, board member, Daniel Strong Walker Thomas. He's here. He's one of my fellow board members. Thank you. And so, again, just grateful that you're all here today. As you know, the mission of CommonWealth Kitchen is to build a new food economy grounded in racial, social, and economic justice by strengthening the capacity, connections, and collective power of diverse entrepreneurs to start and grow successful food businesses. So I also want to thank the entrepreneurs who've stuck with CWK for all these years and who really do make the organization what it is today. Thank you so much. So today we're here to celebrate this wonderful occasion. It's an important milestone, the purchase of a permanent home for CommonWealth Kitchen. Right here to my right, this will be now, we've been here for several years, but in short order, by the end of this year, it will be our home, our permanent home. We've had the privilege of being able to have an extraordinary executive director who's negotiated an awesome opportunity for this organization. So thank you, Jen, for that. And of course, I want to thank the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the City of Boston for what you've done tangibly, financially, to make this day possible. Again, this represents an extraordinary moment for all of us in this city who care about economic justice and economic health, the economic health of our neighborhoods, of the people who live here, work here, go to school here. CWK's mission is more important now than ever before. Particularly as we emerge, hopefully, from a global pandemic that has wreaked havoc on this industry, right, here in the city. But we're gonna fix that with Jen's leadership and all of you here with us. Your support is more critical to us also now more than ever before, and it's critical to the future, to the current and future success of CommonWealth Kitchen. So bottom line, we're deeply humbled just to be standing here in this space with all of you today. It's a special moment, and I just want to thank you so much. So it's now my pleasure to turn the mic over to our fearless and tireless leader, the one and only Jen Fagel. Thank you.
Can I just say thank you, Lori, but I'm actually very tired.
It's okay.
I know that surprises everybody. You know, I said to Glenn Lloyd, who's been involved in this project with me for a very long time now, that I was really emotional coming in this morning, because those of you who know the history, Perry from Dorchester Bay and others, Sheila Dillon from the City of Boston, know this has been a really long, steep climb. So to be able to stand here in front of all of you, all of whom had something to do with this day, and to represent all of you is just, it's a truly humbling moment, and I will try not to get emotional, but I thank you for being here. So unlike usual, I'm gonna read a script because I was told I had to be on time. So I will do that. So today is an awesome and auspicious day. After what has been truly one of the most difficult, grueling, and exhausting 18 months of all of our lives, and certainly in my career, I'm thrilled to say we're home. We're home today. It's great. When we began the plan of this idea for this building as a food business incubator in 2012, we had a very modest dream. Help start food businesses, create jobs with few barriers to entry, improve food access, and build a food economy grounded in racial, social, and economic justice. So easy, right? Very modest. At the time, we were urban pioneers. There was not a roadmap. There was no time-tested model that we could go grab from some other community. The idea of a shared kitchen, the idea of co-working office space, this was in its infancy. And what we had, though, was an idea, and what we had were amazing partners like the City of Boston, Dorchester Bay, and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, who believed that the idea was possible. And that idea has led us to some incredible statistics. And just to read a few of them, Since we've been here, we've helped start 150 diverse businesses. Over half are still in business. 70% are owned by people of color. 75% are owned by women. Over 400 jobs. We've helped open restaurants and cafes. I'm just going to name a few because it's helpful to understand them. Jamaica Me Hungry, 2 restaurants and a 3rd opening next year. Amazing. Exodus Bagels, Tanam, Juicy Greens, 50 Kitchen, M&M Barbecue, Third Cliff Bakery, Ina's Kitchen, Noodle Lab, Delectable Desires, Buenas Empanadas, Chocolate Therapy, Top Shelf Cookies, just to name a few. And very soon, the dining car and our friends over there at Fresh Food Generation. And you'll get to hear from them in a moment. And stay tuned, because we have an exciting new announcement coming of 3 businesses that are going to be opening over at MIT and the Student Center, and then a 4th one that's opening over at Harvard this fall. Incredible work. Every single one of them owned by a person of color. We've helped product companies like Fresh Zen, Ruby is here, Hillside Harvest, Vita Pura, Lindigo Spice, Wise Mouth Tea, get on store shelves, Whole Foods, Stop and Shop, specialty food stores. One of our companies, Beck & Ice Cream, is now available nationally in every single Whole Foods in the country. Started right here in Dorchester. We helped our businesses pre-COVID get into college and hospital accounts. We had products on the menus at Harvard University, Boston College, Boston Children's Hospital, UMass Amherst. We hope to bring that back. It's not there yet, but we're coming. We're coming for you. And Mayor, we are going to continue to work on this procurement work together because we think we have started to find the way through. But COVID threw everything off course, except for the belief in the power and enduring spirit of our community. So we launched our Common Table program, which is our emergency meals effort in the last year and a half. In the past 18 months, with support from an incredible number of funders, including initial funding from the City of Boston Resiliency Fund, we invested $1.5 million back into our hard-hit food business community. We paid our food trucks, our caterers, our product companies to feed our neighbors in need and keep people working in some of the hardest times that our community has ever seen. Absolutely, right? We provided over 200,000 meals and grocery boxes for an organization that's never done that before. That is an unbelievable amount of work. We worked with 20 community partners, community health centers, neighborhood groups here in our neighborhood. We worked with Project Right and others to make sure that the food was going to those who needed it most. And on the way, we supported over 30 businesses to feed their neighbors, 85% of them owned by people of color. Incredible work, right? Incredible work. This work could never happen without the tremendous network of partners, allies, mentors, volunteers, and advocates who've been with us. All of you are here, and there's many more behind you that have been with us ever since. And I can't tell you how grateful I am for the incredible visionaries, dreamers, and true believers who helped us get here. Too many to thank, but please know that we know who you are. None of this is possible, however, without the incredible CommonWealth Kitchen staff. They are phenomenal. Think about what we did in the last year, having never done that before. Can the folks from CommonWealth Kitchen staff raise your hands? Can we just thank them? This is a group of people, they just get stuff done. And they do it with care, kindness, generosity. I am so incredibly pleased and humbled to represent and support and work with them side by side. And no, you can't all have the rest of the day off. And of course, we have to thank our board. Lori Smith-Britton, Daniel Strongwater-Thomas are both here. But there's a group of volunteers, and they also lead with such grace and heart and a laser focus on equity and impact. Every day, the conversation we have is, what's the impact we're having today? Not did we make enough money, not what did we do, not how did we feel, what was the impact? And you can tell it in the numbers and how we do our work. And so with that in mind, it is my privilege to be in this moment to share this with all of you who've helped pave the way. And starting, of course, with our friends at the City of Boston. This building would not have happened had the City of Boston not said, we believe in this work, and we're here to step up at the beginning. Back in 2012, this was just a crazy idea of a building without a roadmap, and folks like Sheila Dillon said, I think you guys can get this done, and we are here to support you. The City of Boston put in $500,000 at the start, That was the money that gave people confidence to know that this was something that could happen and it mattered. When the city came in, the state came in. When the state came in, the feds came in. But it started with the city of Boston. And here we are again 7 years later with our friends at the city of Boston, stepping up again to say this is the right thing and we got to go. She's telling me I got to go. That's why I did that. Time to wrap it up. Wrap it up. Okay. I'm incredibly grateful, Sheila, to you and Teresa and to Beverly and all the team. Incredible work. And thank you for your leadership in being here. And of course, nothing happens in the city of Boston without our amazing elected officials. I'm so thrilled that Liz Miranda is here. Liz, you know, that's our girl. Our state rep is here. And of course, our amazing mayor, Mayor Janey. Mayor Janey happens to also be our city councilor, or was our city. I'm not sure how that works anymore. I don't know. But it's my honor. We know that nothing happens in Boston without our electeds. And so to have amazing electeds like the mayor and like Representative Miranda, it allows us to do the work that we're doing here because they work with commitment and vision. And I'm so thrilled to have Mayor Janey here to continue her powerful legacy of leadership as we all work to build this an equitable economic recovery. It is my incredible honor to present Mayor Janey.
Thank you. I'm going to try to stay on script as well.
Hard.
But it is hard. I want to thank you, Jen, for your introduction and certainly for your amazing work here as the Executive Director of CommonWealth Kitchen. You know, this is truly a wonderful day here in our community and represents the village that made it happen. I want to recognize a few of the public officials who are in attendance. Of course, our Secretary Mike Keneally, who is here, and we will hear from him. Really proud of your partnership here on this project and your leadership in the city. There's been a number of events that we've been at together now, and I'm really grateful for all that you do. Certainly have to recognize Sheila Dillon. Thank you so much for all of your work. Yes, we can give it up for Sheila, who has been here from the very beginning. Also want to recognize Carrie O'Brien from her team at the Department of Neighborhood Development. I have to also recognize Chief Midori Morikawa, who leads the Office of Economic Development. You can clap for her as well. My sister in service, who is over here in her beautiful red, Liz Miranda, who is such a fierce advocate, a fierce champion of these issues around equity, around supporting small business, around food access and justice here in this community. I'm so grateful to have your partnership, so thank you for everything that you do. Some other dear friends, Board Chair Lori, just so incredibly proud of everything that you have done and your work here at the CommonWealth Kitchen. My dear, dear friend Glenn Lloyd, who was here, who has always been a leader when it comes to food access and small business. He is amazing. I've got to shout out Ed Gaskin is here, who leads up Main Streets here for Grove Hall. Dorchester Bay, definitely have to recognize them. And if folks don't know, you know, I'm a foodie, and I love food trucks. I love the mission here, and Fresh Food Generation is one of my favorite food trucks. So, sis, everything that you do is so incredible. And the fact that you have started here, that you are still local, doing amazing work, I'm just so incredibly grateful. This, again, is an amazing day. Back in 2014, you guys became the anchor tenant here, occupying about half of this space. And you have, as you've already indicated, Jen, been home to so many small businesses, many that are still thriving, whether they are on menus or in supermarkets, whether they are food trucks, or whether they are restaurants. In fact, as you have noted, 75% of the businesses that you have helped here are owned by women and people of color. And about half are owned by people who come from the neighborhoods of Roxbury, Dorchester, Mattapan, Hyde Park, and Jamaica Plain. And we know that so many of those neighborhoods are homes to people of color here in Boston. And now with this support, this investment, I don't even want to call it support, it is an investment. It is an investment in us, in our community, in small business, and the entrepreneurs who call this place home, with the support of $2.5 million through our Housing and Urban Development grant through the City of Boston. CommonWealth Kitchen was finally able to purchase this building, and this is the culmination of years of dedication, resilience, and service to this community. This is funding that will help around operating costs, make sure that your mission to continue to build a new food economy grounded in racial, social, and economic justice can thrive. We all know that food is a basic human right. And this is why in my FY22 budget, we have allocated over $1 million to the Office of Food Access, and that is an increase from previous years. I welcome all to continue the partnership that seeks to build food access in our communities. By owning this space, CommonWealth Kitchen can expand their community outreach and support systems and invest in energy improvements and building upgrades. The purchase of this building also brings CommonWealth Kitchen closer to the original vision of creating a hub of small, diverse food companies to collaborate and build a just, equitable, sustainable food economy in which everyone can participate and prosper. You guys have been working diligently to realize this vision. And now we have seen all of the ways that you have helped folks start up and thrive here in the city of Boston. This is not just necessary space for a business to grow, but you help to nurture that growth through comprehensive business and technical assistance programs. Your efforts to center equity, diversity, and resilience, especially through this pandemic, is so appreciated. I'm so excited to see all of the ways that CommonWealth Kitchen has made an impact here in our community, and I'm so thrilled to see what that will mean for years and years to come. So congratulations on the purchase of your home. And many thanks. Many thanks to the staff, to the board, and to all of the community partners. Certainly the investments that has been made through the partnership with the state electeds as well, and certainly the City of Boston, and all of the community partnerships that have helped to make this happen, and we look forward to continue that partnership with you into the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor. Incredible words, much appreciated. And now we are behind, so we're just going to keep running because we want to make sure we have a chance for all of our speakers and to also get a tour. So I want to, nothing happens at the city if they don't also then try to pick the pockets of the state, as we do all the time, as the secretary knows, because that's why his hand's in his pocket even today, because he knows I'm coming for him, right? So CommonWealth Kitchen has been an incredible beneficiary of a lot of different kinds of state resources, everything from the Mass Department of Ag Resources for equipment, through the Mass Growth Capital Corporation for our small business technical assistance work, and through the mass development in the purchase of this building today. None of that work would happen without the incredible leadership of Secretary Mike Keneally, who's the Director of the Housing and Economic Development. Mike, thank you. Thanks, brother. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think Jen was telling me to be brief, so I'll be brief. This is a great day. It is great to be here. Congratulations to Lori and Jen. This is such a huge, momentous occasion. Great to be with the mayor and the rep and Sheila, Glenn, and so many other important community partners. I want to acknowledge a couple of folks on my team. Undersecretary Ashley Stolber runs all of our community development programs. Teresa Park from Mass Development, a critical partner in this. Look, I know what this transaction means for CommonWealth Kitchen. It means lower costs, more capacity, the ability to serve more businesses and have the kind of impact you want to have. And we've been so proud to support Jen and team over the years, as she mentioned, through our Urban Agenda program, our Small Business Technical Assistance program. It's been a really, really good partnership. And let me tell you, Jen and team are really good partners in good times and unbelievably essential partners in the times we've had now. And, you know, I think the two big themes today are, one, partnership, because what we're seeing today is how we get things done around here, right? The state, the city, community partners, nonprofits, the business community. It's how we really move ourselves forward. And I do, in that regard, I do want to thank Teresa and team at Mass Development for stepping in, because under Dan Rivera's leadership, there's been such an effort to be creative and support great organizations and go into the toolbox and figure out how we can help out. So wonderful to have that support. But this partnership is so essential, all of us. It's how we move forward. It's how we get things done. The second big theme, I think, is impact. And let me say this. Back in 2019, we had to come up with an economic development plan for the state, okay? And at that time, everything looked great, right? We had 2.9% unemployment. We had rising incomes. We had a lot of jobs on average, right? Those were average numbers. And back then we said, well, our minority-owned businesses, our women-owned businesses need more help. It's not a level playing field. Yeah, they need more capital, they need more space, they need more technical assistance. That was pre-pandemic. So look at where we are now. You know, so many of our companies have made it through, thanks to Jen and so many others. Yeah, we made it through. But the inequities that we saw pre-pandemic are still with us, right? And we got to fight that fight every day. And if we're going to have the kind of economic recovery we want, the kind of growth we want, we're going to need more entrepreneurship. We're going to need more inclusive entrepreneurship. And we need an environment where all of our companies can thrive and grow and create jobs. And that, at the end of the day, is why this is so important. So we look forward to an ongoing partnership. I know you will call me often with suggestions and requests and ways to work together. You're a wonderful partner, Jen. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Much appreciation. This building started through a partnership between CommonWealth Kitchen and our friends at Dorchester Bay Economic Development. Some of you know that the process of getting to today, you know, it was a little circuitous, right, Perry? But I think at the end of the day, we all saw our eyes on the prize and said, what's important is impact. What's important is this community. What's important is the businesses and the jobs and the people that are here. And so, Perry, to your credit, I want to thank you for staying with us and staying patient through all the twists and turns. To you and your board for continuing to believe in the future of what we can do. And I'm proud to say I can introduce soon to be my former landlord, the executive director, or CEO, I guess, of Dorchester Bay, Perry Newman.
All right. Well, I don't want to be in danger of being too long-winded, being the last person between you and lunch and a tour and all that kind of thing. But as Jen said, this is really a tribute to a partnership and a dream realized. You know, it's important to realize as well that CommonWealth Kitchen occupies 46% of the building. These figures I know by heart for some reason. And that means that 54% of the building, if my math is correct, are occupied by other businesses that have been flourishing here as well. And it is this ecosystem that is part of the reason that this is such a tremendous success for the community. The housing over here was part of a big project. The HUD Choice neighborhood in Dorchester Bay was a leader in that, along with UHM. In Quincy, Geneva, and all of this is the result of partnerships. And if you look up success story in the dictionary, I think you might find a picture of this building here to see how a partnership with well-intentioned people and adequate resources can come together to make something really, really successful about it. I want to just also highlight a few folks that have helped us. Jen described the path to this moment as somewhat circuitous. Among other things, she has a gift for diplomacy, but it's tough because, as I said to someone recently, you know, we all have a very high mission to achieve, but we live in the world of dollars and cents, and things have to make sense for everybody. And so it was a challenge, and we got there with the help of a lot of good people, not just good faith. Difficult but good faith negotiations with our partners at CommonWealth Kitchen, but a tremendous amount of help from the City of Boston, Sheila, Teresa Gallagher, Beverly Estes Smargassi, all the way through. It was a tremendous effort to make things happen in the right way for everybody. And I also want to thank our lenders at Dorchester Bay who also worked with us to make this day possible, and that's Blue Hub Capital, who played a tremendous role in financing this all the way through, even through the challenging times when we were trying to get through the pandemic together, and also Coastal Enterprises up in Maine who are active down here as well. So it was a real success. It continues to be a real success, and I look forward to even greater success and more great food to come out of this place and the entrepreneurs who make it so wonderful. So congratulations, Jen, and congratulations to the board.
Thank you, Perry. Appreciate that. So none of this work really matters except for the businesses that we get to work with. And are the businesses that work at a CommonWealth Kitchen, you just raise your hand for a second just so we can honor you. This is just a sampling, obviously. These are the ones who were able to show up today. But one of them who was started here when we did is our friends at Fresh Food Generation. And Cassandra, come on up. I would just say that in many ways, the work that we have been doing in this last 7 years, oh my Lord, mirrors our friends at Fresh Food Generation. We both started with a big dream, not a lot of experience, and definitely not a lot of money, right? But we kept working. We had our feet on the ground and our head in the clouds, and an unwavering commitment to build the world we want to see and that we need. We made mistakes, but we pivoted and we persevered, and I am incredibly proud, honored, appreciative of Cassandra and Jackson and the team of Fresh Food Generation, because what they are is why CommonWealth Kitchen exists.
Thank you.
And so I'm thrilled to welcome Cassandra to say a few words and to remind you that in September on Talbot Ave, you can come see their very first brick and mortar restaurant. We must support this great business.
I am so grateful to be able to share this moment with CommonWealth Kitchen. As Jen said, we started 7 years ago. I was very young and naive, but I had the dream of starting a food truck that would increase access to healthy, affordable, culturally relevant foods, and we would pay our team a living wage, and we would source our food from local farms, and I thought that this was going to be easy. Little did I know that someone like me on paper has really no right to start a business, right? My parents are from Jamaica. They came here in the 80s. I had just graduated from grad school, so I didn't have any savings. And I didn't own my own home, so I had no collateral to go out and get a loan. Not only that, I didn't know at that time that 85% of food businesses fail in their second year, and that it takes $500,000 to $1 million to be able to build out a restaurant. So thankfully, I knew none of this. And we entered CommonWealth Kitchen. I did not have any professional culinary background, so the team here had to show me how to use a tilt skillet, how to use a flat top, how to work the dishwasher. And at that time, it was just me and my business partner. And so we started with the food truck in Dudley, and slowly grew from there. And CommonWealth Kitchen was with us at every step of the way. Many of you have used our catering services, used our food truck services, and I'm thankful for that. And I don't think many people realize just how much CommonWealth Kitchen supported us and how difficult our journey has been to get to a point today where we can open up a restaurant. I'm not done, I'll stop, but CommonWealth Kitchen was really there for us in our hardest moments, right? So when there was customers, large customers who didn't pay us on time, CommonWealth Kitchen picked up the phone and said, don't mess with our small businesses. When we were having a hard time getting access to capital and considered going out of business, CommonWealth Kitchen sat us down, met with different people, walked us into different rooms until we got that access to capital that we needed. Not only that, I've spent at one point in my life 12 hours a day in this kitchen, so it really is home. And we grew from a team of 2 people to, prior to the pandemic, a team of 12 people, right? And almost close to $1 million in sale, and all within a shared kitchen. And that would not have been possible if CommonWealth Kitchen, Jen Fagel, the staff here, the other businesses that we've worked with here, Sweet Teas, You're Making Me Hungry, did not come together to make it possible. So I'm so incredibly grateful that this building is here to stay in our community and that it will be owned by CommonWealth Kitchen. I say that not only as a business owner, but as a resident of the other Boston, Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan.
Cassandra, always amazing. Thank you. And one of the hallmarks of the Fresh Food Generation business that I think speaks volumes to the community that's here is they actually carry many of the products from the other companies that are here on their menu. So if you're looking for desserts from Fresh Food Generation, it's coming from Sweet Tea's Bakery. So this is how we build strong networks and ecosystems. And this is how owning this building will allow us to do for the future, to create the home here that gives us the base of operations to continue to do all this incredible work, not only in this building, but in this community that we love. And so I am so thankful to all of you for being here. Mayor, thank you. Sheila, thank you. Secretary, thank you. Our friends at Mass Development, honestly, thank you for believing in us. Thank you for believing in this community, and that the possibility can be real. So thank you. Let's all give ourselves one last. Amen. So for some of you, we have, I'm not even sure how we're doing the gifts, but we have some samples for people. Anybody who would like them, some samples from some of the amazing businesses that are here. We have some excellent cupcakes, and we are going to take for those of you who can stay and want to join us, we're going to be doing tours in the building so you can get a sense of what's here. Heads up, you will have to wear a hairnet. It's an excellent photo op look. Or a baseball cap if you have one, and you will need to wear masks. And luckily, we're all used to those, or sadly, we're all used to those. But thank you, honestly, truly, thank you all for coming.